All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakudash, giving double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect, and shalom to all the brothers out here laboring in his truth with sincerity. And it's your brother Radah coming back with a quick lesson. Just basically going in, on how the 2/3 are still asleep, because things are happening in this world, and they're not even paying attention to the things that are taking place around them. Wars on the brink, famine, and even the talks of nuclear war, as well as the Karagma is in the works, man. But this is a article published yesterday. It says Petraeus, which is I guess a retired general, but he says U.S. would destroy Russia's troops if Putin uses nuclear weapons in Ukraine. Oh, it says former CIA director and retired Army general says Moscow's leader is desperate and battlefield reality he faces is irreversible. But, even if he is desperate, man, they may corner him to the point where he feel like, hey, what do I have to lose? But we know these things are talked about within the Holy Scriptures, man, and they are going to come to pass. But the point of this is that showing that things are taking place in the earth, but the majority of people are oblivious to what's going on. I know most of us probably work in a setting, where we're around people. Some of us don't. But, we still encounter people in our daily lives. And as we see, man, these people are not knowing what's going on. You can bring up something that's happening within the news or something, and they'll be like, oh, no, I didn't know that. And we talking about major news, man. When you're speaking of war, rumors of wars, they don't take it serious because they've been so comfortable here in Babylon the Great till they feel like, this place won't be touched, and that's spoken about within the scriptures, man. Old virgin daughter of Babylon, because this place haven't been touched as far as war, upon these shores of America. But, the article is a good article, but my main point, the main point that I'm trying to stress is that the 2/3 are still asleep and they don't understand what's going on out here in the earth, man, in the world, So with that being said, we'll get 2 Corinthians. It's like your 2 Corinthians chapter 4. And we'll start at verse 3. It says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. And basically that's what's going on, man. These people that don't take heed to the word, disregard the word, they're basically lost. Verse 4, it says, in whom the power of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not. And that's basically what's taking place. It's a bunch of unbelievers. Most of our people, or 2/3, or whatever you want to call them, man, the unbelievers, the unfaithful, they don't believe in Yahweh Shem Shai. If it's not just strictly unbelief. Then they believe in Cedre Borgia, which is so-called Jesus, you know. Or they just straight up wicked. But, you know, basically, they've been blinded by the wicked elites that have implemented the plan to dumb people down, you know, via cell phones, via this reality TV, social media, whatever it may be. You know, people are not as smart, you know, per se, as you know, back in the early 90s and on back, you know, the 80s, 70s, because you had to really use your brain and think, and people were like socially conscious of what was going on. But now it's like, hey, people are just so self-absorbed so they don't even care about what's going on around them, man. It says, in whom the power of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of Yahweh Shem Shai, should shine unto them. But yeah, basically, man, these people are lost. And, you know, we are put here, you know, by the Lord to bring the things out, you know, in the public, man, you know, because people are so involved with their personal issues, their personal life, to the point where they don't see or hear the actual things that are taking place in the earth. And that's what being a true watchman is. Salaki for this noise. But that's what being a true watchman is, man. You know, we're sent here to warn the people of what's taking place. You know, mainly, you know, first and foremost, the elect of the house of Israel. But, you know, everybody must hear this word, man. You know, because we don't know who the elect may be. So we're sent here to just preach the gospel, man. And we must do it in truth and sincerity, man. You know, if you got leaven in your doctrine, you going off because you're not warning the people, you know, as Yahweh Shem Shai instructed you to do. You know, and I just can't stress that more and more, man. You can't stress it enough, man. You have to have the proper doctrine, man. You know, but it's all up to Yahweh Shem Shai who receives it and who doesn't, you know. But we'll get the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 7. It says, what then? Israel have obtained that which he seeketh for, but the Salakia. It says, what then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So it's all about the elect, man. That's the only people that's going to understand this word, you know, no matter what they may look like, no matter what region they may live in. If they're of the elect, man, they going to receive this word. And we're talking about throughout the four corners of the earth, not just here in Babylon the Great. But, you know, verse 8, it says, according as it is written, Yahweh Shem Shai hath given them a spirit of slumber. And this is speaking of the 2/3, man. Eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. And that's hey, that's the 2/3, man. They won't get it. You know, even if they call themselves being in the truth, you know, you're gonna have a lot of people that's going off, man. You know, and it's mainly the doctrine. You know, you have to be on point, man. You can't slip, you can't go off, because this is vital information, man. You know, it's a matter of life and death. So we have to take this serious and be serious about it, But like I say, verse 8 says, according as it is written, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has given them the spirit of slumber. So it's slated for them to be destroyed, man. And that's the will of the Heavenly Father, man. So it's nothing we can do but go out and preach the word, and whoever may receive it, receives it. It's a lucky for this noise, man. School bus sound like a tractor trailer, man. All right, from there we'll go to the book of Matthew, and this is just something quick, man. Just some scriptures that just came to mind, when speaking on this subject, man. Because there's so much going on in the world, but people are focused on the wrong things, man. Trying to make a place here in Babylon the Great, trying to be so-called successful here in Babylon the Great, trying to please Esau, the so-called white man, trying not to offend, like they're gonna get ahead in this world. But it's not meant for you to get ahead. Some people are blessed with material items, and some people have sold out to get those things. But ultimately, man, all this stuff is gonna be a wasteland. So you need to be laying up your treasures in heaven, man, not here in this world, man. So we'll go to the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 24. It says, for there shall rise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So that's the whole point, man, of first and foremost, speaking of Esau, the wicked elites. But you'll also have people contained within our nation, so-called prophets, so-called teachers, man, that also are here to deceive people. Whether they've been paid off or Satan is just working with their spirit, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not working with them. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has blinded them. And they wouldn't know if they were going off. They may sincerely think they're doing the right thing. But, hey man, Jake just rebellious. So we'll go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, and verse 15. It says, be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small. That's why we are to be vigilant, man. Because what some people may think is all nothing, man, that ain't gonna happen, man. It'll blow by. Because I've talked to Jakes, and it's been like months ago, and telling them, man, this place is the world is going to a cashless society, man. They getting rid of cash. And Jake could come out and say, well, it won't happen in our lifetime. Being ignorant, man. And that lets you know they're not up on the things that are really happening within this world. They are too engulfed in their personal lives. They're not thinking about what's to come. They're blinded. But that's basically what's going on. But it's all the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, All right, we'll go to 2 Thessalonians, chapter 3. Salaki. This is 2 Thessalonians, chapter 3, and verse 14. It says, And if any man obey not our word by this epistle, note that man, and have no company with him, that he may be ashamed. So, people that's going off, that's in this truth, that's going off, man, you ought to separate yourself from these people, because they going off. And the false doctrine, the false teachings, and not being vigilant, all those I want to say bad habits, just going off, man. You don't want that to you don't want that to rub off on you, and you'll be slacking, man, not doing the work, and the work will become a burden to you, like with sometimes we go through things, but man, we on a mission, and we have to complete this mission, and we have to be precise about it. And verse 15 says, yet count him not as an enemy. We're not going to count you as an enemy, but admonish him as a brother. So, and if you go into this word admonish, it's going into reproving and rebuking that person, man. Admonish.
Strong's G 3560, Nutheteo.
It says to admonish, to warn, exhort. So, and I saw one, let's see. All right, it says to put in mind, to caution, to reprove, gently, admonish, warn. But so when you go into that word reprove, it's basically chastising, So if somebody going off on doctrine, they are worthy to be chastised, even if you do it gently. Jake is so sensitive, man. That's in this truth. It's ridiculous, man. You could say something that Jake just don't want to hear, and he just take it to a whole nother level, man, and become disgruntled. And Jake would not talk to you anymore just because you took, slightly reproved him, man. But we on a mission, and we not looking back. Yahweh Shem Yahushua has instructed us to continue to keep sound doctrine, and that's what we must do, man. And anything that comes in the way and try to, comes as a stumbling block, man, you got to move that or remove that, and keep pushing on. But we'll get it again. It says, yet count him not as an enemy. You're not an enemy, but we can't deal with you. But admonish him as a brother. And a lot of these jakes can't take rebuke or reproof, man. And that says a lot, because a true brother will show you that love, man. It's what let's see. Open rebuke. And there it is. Proverbs chapter 27 and verse 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. So if you can't take rebuke, man, hey, within this truth, then you might as well just you're gonna be alone, man. Because everybody that you come in contact with, you gonna be offended by something. That means that you can't take correction, man. And if you can't take correction within this truth, then you headed for destruction. Because and that's just the bottom line, man. That's what a brother would do, But this was just something quick. I saw that article, and then I just thought about how people out here blinded, man, not even thinking about what's going on around them. So, that's why it says Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to come as a thief in the night. A lot of these jakes got their head in the ground. I guess it's an ostrich or something that do that, But a lot of these jakes got their head in the ground like that, and they gonna be caught off guard. But this was just a quick lesson, man, through the Spirit, Lord willing. Somebody was edified by this, and Shalom.